since it was directed toward you, what do you think was meant by eliminating the negative rhetoric?
Well, I think it's well known that I was pretty strong against some of the things the two companies were doing, and I was very strong in supporting legislation. And as I said in my testimony, we had a fine line here. We had to force the companies to get more capital, or they weren't going to make it. The legislation was flawed, so I was using the press occasionally, but more often just talking to the two CEOs about the need to raise capital.
And the same day, March 16th, 2008, Bear Stearns collapses.
Right. I mean, that weekend there was a lot of obviously going on in the administration, and certainly I did talk to the Treasury and the Fed that weekend, and our concern was that Fannie and Freddie could be next. And so we thought it was critical to raise capital, and to do so, we basically, as you know, did an agreement with them that in return for raising a significant amount of capital and committing to keep the capital well above the minimum standards, that we'd start to lower their capital.
Well, but on March 17th, that was the subject of an email from talking about OFEA releasing capital surplus and consent order, and GSEs commit to invest $300 billion in market to raise capital. What was your opinion of that particular deal?
I did the deal. So
I understand you did the deal, but what was your opinion of the deal at the time?
I thought it was necessary because we needed to stabilize.
A number of us take out garbage, but that doesn't mean that that's our ideal.
We had to play the cards we were dealt with, and we had a capital structure that didn't work. We had a GSE structure that didn't work, and we had a $11 trillion mortgage market that could have cratered if we hadn't done something.
Okay, then obviously after that, which you did, which you felt was absolutely essential, not perhaps ideal, March 19th timeline, Graham Fisher, GSE analyst Joshua Rosner states that, quote, any reduction in capital is a comment not on the current safety and soundness of the GSEs, but on the burgeoning panic in Washington. And that, quote, we believe that OFEA Director Lockhart took this action results in the destabilizing of the GSEs. OFEA will go from being the only regulator who had prevented their charges from getting into trouble to a textbook example of why regulators should be shielded from outside political pressure.